Gizak. Right. Camera rolling. Unity loading. Beer. Oh, look at that. My new camera as well. So it can only mean one thing. Let's crack this open. Ha! Got no nails. Blood. There we go. Yeah, devlog. I think number 14. Ooh. Yeah, Mallow Laser. I think that's what I had last week. So, first of all, thank you for clicking the link to watch this video. If you're new to the channel, my name's Ben, and I'm building a game in Unity called Broken. This is my first game in Unity, so I'm documenting the process as I go along. What normally happens is I'll just explain the changes since last week. Stick around though, I've got a little shout out I want to do at the end, so yeah, stick around for that. Be a fun one. And yeah, let's crack on with what's going on with the game. I've actually had quite a good week. Let me just get my notes. So my PC's just bombed out and had to reboot. Anyway, so today we'll be going through some bugs that are fixed. Looking at the new, I've tidied up the inventory screen a bit. I've got items that you can now collect. I've introduced scene logic, which sounds fancy, but it just allows me to track what scene you're in so that I can play out the story at the right time. I've created one of the scenes. I've got I've created two scenes actually. Like the first part of the game, where you have to discover the campsite, and an abduction scene. I've played with the water, and I've got save and load state working. That was working, then broke, and I've got it working again. And I've also started trying to figure out cutscenes. So without any further ado, let me launch the game, and while that's launching, have a little sip on this gorgeous beer. And I'm not going crazy, there's a fly in the room. Summer, isn't it? Summer over here in the UK, so yeah, the flies like to get in your face. Right. Let me just make sure that is... I'm hoping you can hear the desktop audio. That's the kit's recording. So you can see the water's changed a little bit. It's far... it's more transparent now. I'm not sure why it takes a while to render though. I don't know if you noticed that, but it was white before it went blue. So that's something I'm going to need to look into down the line. I really should prepare my game a little bit better for these demos. So what you saw there was the tail end of a cutscene, which was the last thing I was working on. Let me just clear this. So looking at the other screen, I've got two screens at the moment, and just tidy that up. Get rid of that. Cool. Where did I put it all? Scene free camera. You can go away for now. I think that's going to break it though. Let's have a look. It's been a day at work, so my head's not with it today. Can't quite remember what I was doing this morning. Right, that looks better. That'll do. So inventory system, giving it a little tidy. The map has now become part of the inventory, so you can click and open that. You start off with the map, your first inventory item. These other items you collect, and because I've collected them and I've got save load working, they've now been saved. The torch, I'm going to put instructions on these, I think, just so that you know, in case you miss the instructions when they pop up on the screen at the time. This is a bit of a bug. You can overlay these at the moment. Really, you only want one open at a time. The current objective is in flight. That was working again. That something got broke, but I'm looking to fix right now. So we've got inventory. I'm going to do this options button at the moment. kills my save state, so everything will be deleted now when I load back up. I've got. Oh, I'll tell you what I have done. I've started doing is putting voiceover in, and it's a cringe. I don't particularly like the sound of my own voice, but it's just for the demo. For those who are new to this, my goal at the moment is this game in a demoable state as soon as possible. So I'm really focusing on the story element now and the interactive parts of the game, rather than what I've been doing is just messing around with a lot, trying to make the game look pretty. And I caught myself doing that a few times this week. I had to slap myself on the wrist to get back on with the story. But I think the story you are about to hear took place on a very special island. Not that changed my life forever. Let's start at the beginning. Oh, I hate it. It'll do. But yeah, here on screen. So, like, new game. Obviously, you got the infantry. The glitches that we had last time, the little guys that were glitching, I've had to move that around a bit. They were a bit too obvious and a bit too for the storyline. Wondering how I came to know about this island, and what was I doing on it? You see, time lockdown was in full swing, and a friend of mine, Logan, found this island on an old map. Decided this trip would do us good, escape the madness of lockdown, photograph the island, and reset our mental well-being. So taking a totally different take the story now, rather than in past tense as the player looking back on events. It's kind of like narrating over the top of what's going on, which makes writing the story a bit easier. Gives me yeah, there's one of those glitch codes, which will obviously come to the story later when that's explained. But yeah, just gives me a bit more flexibility on writing the story now. It's kind of cool because I can write over the top of it like it's a bit of a audiobook / movie. And I think I'm going to go more down that route with the movie. All my life, I'd wanted to become a photographer, but there I was, working 9 to 5 in a job that I didn't have any passion for, but it paid enough to smother my dreams. Yeah, sad times. Yeah, so the movie effect. I'm just going to turn this down a bit. I don't know if it's so loud for you, but it's really loud for me. That's why I've put in cutscenes. Try and get that cinematic feel thing. Right, what I'm going to do is just whip along to where we need to be. I'm probably going to run out of breath as well, which will slow me down. It's hard to talk about this game without giving the story right. I'm not sure I'm going to manage that going forward, because it's going to become quite obvious where the storyline's going the more I develop it. But here we go, we arrive. Get out of the way, tree. Arrive at campsite. No inventory. What's that? What's that? That is. I think I got that broken. That's where. That's my monologue system. Essentially, it's like one monologue system on top of the other. I need to have some sort of manager that can. Yeah, there you go. Differentiate between the two. But there you go. Now I've got the items. The game. At the moment, it only saves when you go to the menu. Oh no, it doesn't. No, tell I fixed that. It saves when you pick up an item. But just to prove this is working, that needs to be faster. Okay, so I've got the items. Got my new objective. Got a radio. And I got a torch / flashlight. Sorry, I don't know why I said it like that. Yeah, weird. Okay. So I'm just going to show you the next event, which is the first sort of approach to, I guess, what's that going? A cinematic style cutscene. At the moment, it's not cutscene because I decided to do the cutscene stuff after doing this. I need to come back and put in a camera control. Yeah, there's lots of glitching there. Not sure what it was about. Oh, yep. There we go. You just smooth that. It's annoying when you get stuck on things like that. So here we go. I'm going to be quiet for this bit, just so you can experience its true awesomeness. There we go. So that's going to be your first exposure to something a little bit weird is on going on in this island. I need to, as I say, I need to make it more cinematic and sort of pan the camera around, stop the player from being able to move, stop the music you can hear now because that shouldn't be playing when that's happening. And I'm going to apply a few filters to it as well. I think this is the other thing I want to do is make it look like it's been shot on video camera. Also, the music you heard was done by Dale Chambers, a mate of mine. He's basically done an album of movie music, which is bloody awesome. And he said I could use whatever I want, and that just seemed to work really well. I need to work out the transition, smooth it out, fade it in and out a bit better. But you get the idea now. I'm really sort of trying to push the story. We're now on the third scene, which is going to be returning to the campsite, and you're going to fall asleep, and the next weird thing happens. So that's kind of where I'm at. Been a productive week, actually. The water, the water. As you can see, it's slightly more transparent. Probably something you wouldn't even know. Oh, yeah, and we've got fish swimming around. Some of them are dead. Okay, that's the wrong prefab. They're also, yeah, they're not very obvious, are they? Like, you can't really see them. Why is the music just stopped? That's not on loop. No, it is on loop. Yeah. Was that everything? I think that's it. Tied up the tree, items to collect, scene logic, abduction, the water, save load state, and started the cutscenes. Yeah, that is it for my game dev this week. Back next week because I'm hoping to have that scene done more in a cinematic style, and also the scene 3, which has a cutscene and introduces the next strange element. Just to note, like these scenes won't happen quite so quickly in the final game. I'm just putting it to get the demo game moving. So like when you're playing it for the first time, you get a feel for what's going on. Yeah. So that's the game. Now my little shout out. It's an interesting one. A guy called Mark contacted me on Twitter today. And he's a proper sim because he's got 2 M's in his surname, not one. It's a nice one, Mark. If you're watching, hello. Thanks for reaching out as well. It's weird when you see someone with your same surname and you don't know them. But what's even stranger is Mark Sim has a son called Ben Sims. And I wanted to do Ben Sims a little shout out because he's got some funny content actually. He's on YouTube. There's only 2 videos on there, I think, at the moment. Here he is, Alpha Generation. Both his videos are funny. He's a great little guy, and his messages are really bang on, actually. This one, I won't show you the whole video because you subscribe to his channel and give him a shout out, but Yeah, exactly. So little Ben's telling you stop around, get on and do things. And his other video is about practice, practice, practice. Yeah, so give him a watch, subscribe to his channel. I'm sure he'd love it. Alpha Generation on YouTube. And that, people, is me for this week. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week with some more updates. Bye.